their hearts and prolong their lives. But when you have your baby die, you know the trauma that comes with it. That is the reason why we owe it a duty to attach importance to the life of women and make sure that mothers are preserved and protected. So when they are having their baby here, everything that they need for baby to survive and to the mother to survive when giving birth is here. So when we commission, you go in and see everything that we have provided there. Even the no private hospital can provide what we have here. So we have done it for our women and we will do more. I promise the governor that we are still coming back again to do more. So this sits perfectly with the Sustainable Development Goal number 3, Goal number 5, Goal number 8, Goal number 16, Goal number 17 of the SDGs. And despite the fact that we are working tirelessly, Mr. President has commissioned us that everything that will make life more meaningful to people, we must do it. All of us must do it. We must do it at the federal, the state must do it, the local government must do it, so that everybody will have peace and prosperity in Nigeria. So, Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by imploring us to a testament of our collective dedication to building a healthier and more prosperous society. May it serve as a reminder that by investing in maternal and child health, we will be investing in the very foundation of our society well-being. Together, let us continue to strive for excellence in healthcare delivery and create a future where every mother and child can thrive. Let me once again reaffirm the commitment of Mr. President and our office to the achievement of the SDG by year 2030. We will continue to prioritize interventions with potential impacts on the lives of the poor and vulnerable members of our society, that no Nigeria is left behind. Once again, I welcome you and I congratulate the people of Imo State on behalf of the governor for this intervention. Thank you for your kind attention. God bless you all. Amen. God bless Imo State and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Great muscles, brain and power. Who is interested in the development, continuous development of Imo State, a lover of peace and concord, a man by the grace of God. He is a Doctor of Management Technology, Honoris Causa, Federal University of Technology, Owerri. A man in a sentence I'll prefer to describe as a man whose time has come. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite His Excellency, the distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma, Governor. The land is here.
Please, let's be seated. Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably and competently represented by Her Excellency Hajia Nana Shetima, the wife of the Vice President and the Deputy Chairman of Renewed Hope Initiative. Your Excellency, the amiable wife of the Governor of Imo State, Barrister Mrs. Chioma Uzodinma. Your Excellency, the wife of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Hajia Fatima Tajuddin Abbas. The Speaker is one of us here. Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Imo State, Assembly, Right Honorable Chike Olemwe, the Deputy Speaker, Imo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Amara Iwayan, Principal Officers and members of Imo State House of Assembly, particularly the member representing Oru East, Gogo Waneri, the wife of the Honorable Minister for Health and Social Development, also our dear brother and one of our best and brightest, Aja Karimatu Ali Pate, Special Advisor to the President on Health, Dr. Salma Anas Kolo, Senior Special Assistant to the President on Public Affairs and Strategy, Office of the First Lady, Honorable Wahab Alawi King, Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals, Your Excellency Princess Adejoke Olalope Adefulere, OFR, the Chief of Staff to the Governor of Imo State, Barrister Nnamdi Anyehi, the Honorable Commissioner for Health, Social Services and Health Insurance, Dr. Vivian Chioma Ego, other Honorable Commissioners and members of Imo State Expanded Executive Council, Chairmen and members of statutory commissions, agencies of both federal and state governments, the Executive Chairman, Oru East Local Government, Honorable Nnamdi Okwarigwe, and other Executive Chairmen of local governments, ably led by their Chairman, the Argon Chairman of Imo State, Honorable Engineer Ikenna Adekibe, the Chairman, Imo State and Southeast Zone Council of Traditional Rulers, His Royal Highness Eze Okeke CFR, Chairman Elders Council of Imo State and Co-Chairman Southern Nigerian Council of Traditional Rulers, His Royal Highness Eze Ilomaya CON, the Chairman Oru East Local Government Council of Ndieze, His Royal Highness Eze Philip Uzodimma, and other Royal Highnesses, Ndieze niile nọ here, ma ndị Oru East and Oru West, ma ndị si Imo State, ma ndị si outside bịa, ekelele m unu. The Chaplain, Government House Chapel, Reverend Father Professor Gilbert Alaribe, distinguished Imo leaders, stakeholders, personalities and dignitaries here in our midst, all invited guests, great Oru sons and daughters, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a very great pleasure to welcome Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Most Distinguished Senator Oluremi Tinubu CON, ably represented by our dear sister, the wife of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Hajia Nana Chetima, who is also the Vice Chairman of Renewed Hope Initiative. We welcome you to Imo State for the commissioning of the 100-bed Senator Oluremi Tinubu Mother and Child Center. This hospital, built and fully equipped under Sustainable Development Goals initiative of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It is indeed a thing of joy for us to recall how dearly we needed a facility like this in this part of the state. And when we beckoned to the office of the First Lady, she graciously approved. And behold, seeing is believing. The administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has provided this vital facility, which is designated specifically for the benefit of women and children in our state. Your presence here, representing the First Lady of Nigeria, reinforces our confidence in an administration that is genuinely committed to the well-being of Nigerians through practical and people-centered initiatives. It is my pleasure, therefore, on behalf of the government and the good people of Imo State, to express our gratitude to Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for this timely and strategic investment in the health and dignity of our mothers and children. Naming this hospital after Her Excellency Senator Oluremi Tinubu, CON, is a fitting tribute to her tireless contributions to national development and her unwavering advocacy for women and vulnerable groups. It is not just a well-deserved honor. It is a permanent reminder that impactful service, compassion, and leadership must be recognized. We have seen how she is transversing all over the country, embarking on charity works, helping the needy, supporting the poor, and supporting the vulnerable. Our administration is deeply committed to reducing maternal and child mortality linked to inadequate facilities and healthcare access. This new hospital directly supports that mission and expands the reach of modern healthcare in our state. Having personally visited the site ahead of this event, I can attest that this hospital was delivered to specification, equipped with modern medical technology, and ready to serve. It joins a growing list of federal government intervention under the Renewed Hope agenda and stands as a clear demonstration of focused and inclusive leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We are very grateful to the Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals, Princess Adejoke, whose coordination, passion, commitment, and dedication helped to bring this project to fruition. Since Nigeria committed to the 2030 SDG agenda in 2015, this hospital speaks directly to the goals of maternal care, health, and gender equality. In Imo State, we have marched this federal commitment with strong action. We have entered into a memorandum of understanding with global partners, including World Bank, to renovate, build new hospitals, manage all primary healthcare centers across every electoral ward, every local government, and the state capital. Our goal is to build a new health architecture that boasts a management structure fully capacitated with sufficient technical manpower. We have also put in place a comprehensive healthcare insurance scheme to ensure that Medicare is cheaper, available, efficient, and affordable. It is on this ground that the federal government has partnered with Imo State to subsidize the premium for health insurance in Imo State. All the health insurance charges is 15,000 for 1 year, and then you have free Medicare all through your way. So with facilities like this, and so many other facilities we are bringing to Imo State, all you need to do is to enroll into the health insurance program and then be free to be treated anytime you are ill. Every type of sickness. The only thing I know our hospitals are not able to treat now is cancer. But outside that, every other sickness can be treated by the facilities in combination of both the primary, secondary, and tertiary health facilities in the state. To further expand our medical outreach, we also introduce mobile rural clinics. We are building every day new generation hospitals, upgrading the existing ones, including the Imo Specialist Hospital, Umuguma. We also revived the Imo State University Teaching Hospital in Olun, which before our arrival lost its accreditation and functionality. Today, IMSUT is fully operational, graduating doctors equipped with modern facilities and poised to reduce outbound medical travel across the southeast. We remain grateful to the federal government of Nigeria for upgrading Owerri former Federal Medical Center to a full-fledged university teaching hospital under the Federal University of Technology, Owerri. This has greatly enhanced our capacity to handle complex medical referrals from within and outside Imo State. Our efforts are further complemented by a functional health insurance scheme that provides free Medicare for all Imo civil and public servants and all pensioners in the state. The government of Imo State currently is paying their insurance premium to be able to have access free to quality health care. We are expanding our training capacity for health professionals through multiple medical trainings, strengthening our nursing schools and midwifery schools. This new hospital is therefore not a standalone gesture. It fits squarely within our integrated health infrastructure plan and our broader commitment to safe motherhood, child survival, and improved health outcomes for every Imo family. Your Excellency, we are honored by your visit and uplifted by your continued championing of vulnerable groups across Nigeria. I assure you that this hospital will be maintained properly, staffed properly, and fully deployed for the purpose for which it was built. I would therefore call on the communities around here to support the security agencies to ensure that no aspect of this hospital is tampered with or vandalized. Imo State government will take very seriously any attempt to be enemies of progress in this regard. Once again, I thank you for coming, and I wish you and your entourage a pleasant and memorable stay in Imo State. Imo State is the capital of hospitality in the entire southeast. You haven't seen nothing yet. We are ready for you. May God bless you. Thank you. The dominant position of our mama in Nigerian map will be incomplete without mention of Professor George Obiozo. On that note, can we rise for a minute's silence in honor of these two great men? May the soul of Dr. B.U. Nzeribe the soul of Professor George Obiozo, and the souls of all the faithful departed through the mercy of God. Rest in peace. Amen. Thank you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, with due respect, I now invite the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Her Excellency Senator Dr. Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu CON, as ably represented by Her Excellency Hajia Nana Shetima, wife of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for her address, cutting of tape, unveiling of flag, and honor of the first.
Sweet mother, I never forget you. For this suffer where you suffer for us. Sweet mother, we never forget you. For this suffer where you suffer for us. If we no chop, my mother goes carry me. She goes say my pikin, what do you don't cry? Stop, stop. Stop crying. Stop crying. Make it not cry again.
Thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And inshallah, you'll cry again.
Amen.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the wife of the Honorable Speaker, House of Representatives, Hajia Fatima Tajudeen Abbas, my senior brother, a very good friend of my dear husband, who doubled as the chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum, His Excellency, my dear Governor, Senator Hope Ozumai here present, and thank you so very much for the warm reception. Your Excellency, our State Coordinator, Renewed Hope Initiative, who is also the Secretary of the Renewed Hope Initiative, the First Lady of Imo State, Her Excellency, Barrister Dr. Chioma Uzoma. Thank you so very much for the warm reception. I also want to acknowledge the Deputy Governor of Imo State, Her Excellency Mrs. Chiere, and your dear husband here present, wife of the Honorable Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Hajia Karimatu Professor Alipate here present, the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals, Her Excellency Princess Adojeke, our dear mother. Thank you, and may God give you the strength to do more across the nation. I also want to acknowledge the President of Special Advisor to the President on Health, Dr. Salma Anaskolo, the Speaker, Imo State House Assembly here present, Honorable Rai Chike, members of Imo State House Assembly here present, Imo State Commissioner of Health, Dr. Vivian, and other honorable commissioners here present, the Chairman, Imo State Elders Council, and Co-Chairman, Southern Nigeria Council of Traditional Rulers here present, His Royal Majesty Eze Komoni, COM. Please pardon me if I do not pronounce the name well. Your Royal Highness, Indi Eze here present, especially the Chairman Oru East Council of Traditional Rulers, His Royal Highness Eze Philip Ozidamai here present. Distinguished Imo leaders, personalities, and dignitaries here present, members of the press, invited guests, gentlemen of the press, good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to present the mother of the nation's remarks. For sure, she would love to have been here to be part of this very important occasion, but the event clashes with our other engagement. Your Excellency, with your kind permission, I would like to read her remarks. I am delighted to join you today to commission this 100-bed mother and child center, our Omama General Hospital, Owerri, Imo State. It is an honor to have this center named after me. I thank the Senior Special Assistant to President on Sustainable Development Goals, Her Excellency Princess Adojeke, OFR, and her team for the commitment to the implementation of the SDGs nationwide, particularly in the areas of maternal and child health. I am informed that this center is one of the numerous mother and child centers constructed and fully equipped by the Office of the Senior Special Assistant to President on SDGs across the country. The commissioning of this center symbolizes renewed hope for our communities, in line with the commitment of His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, to quality health service delivery in order to accelerate the achievements of the Sustainable Development Goals in Nigeria, particularly SDG 3. We must continue to emphasize the vital importance of maternal health care in building a healthier society. I therefore urge our women and members of this community to take this advantage of the services available at this mother and child center. I also charge you to take ownership of this center. It is for your benefits and the welfare of your children. My heartfelt gratitude goes to our dedicated health workers, especially our nurses and midwives, for the care and support you provide to mothers and children. I finally express my sincere appreciation to the Governor of Imo State, His Excellency, Senator Hope Ozodinma, CON, and the First Lady, Her Excellency, Barrister Dr. Chioma Ozodinma, for their dedication to the well-being and development of the people of Imo State. Let us continue to pursue excellence in healthcare delivery and work towards a future where every mother and child can live healthier lives. To the glory of God and the benefit of humanity, I commission the Oluremi Tinubu Mother and Child Center, our Omama General Hospital, Owerri, Imo State. God bless Imo State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Signed, Her Excellency, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, CON, the First Lady of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you all for your kind attention.
Sweet mother.
Because we are not in through.
Please 100 Senator Oluremi to the Mother and Child Center. Our Honorable General Hospital award was commissioned by His Excellency Senator Paul Oluremi, CEO and Governor of Imo State. Today is the 6th of May 2023. Translated by Our Excellency Dr. Oluremi OMR. Thank you.
It's okay. I'm live. TVC live. I'm live. TVC, I'm live. TVC, I'm live.
Solomon. Solomon. Jesus Solomon. It's over like I see me here, they Solomon. Jesus Solomon. It's over like I see me here, they Solomon. Jesus Solomon. It's over like I see me here, they
Welcome back from the live telecast. We'll now continue with our regular programs. Stay tuned.
Every second, every minute, every hour, and every day, time doesn't just tick away. It's a countdown to political decisions that shape our world.
This country must move.
Imagine the impact these decisions have on our lives. Some are consequential, others may leave us intrigued or baffled.
You will have no better friend and partner than Nigeria.
Step in and feel the frenzy like never before. Join me every weekday for an hour of fact-finding interviews where questions cut to the core.
How would you say your administration has fared in these sectors?
I will dig in to get to the heart of issues, from local politics to global insight. Join me as I unearth the power plays, jaw-dropping revelations, and the unfiltered truth. This isn't just politics, it's unraveling the stories that matter. Brace yourself for Politics Tonight every weekday at 8 p.m, where every decision echoes along the corridors of our lives. Politics Tonight, only on TVC News.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News. First with breaking news.
President Sanwo-Olu has underlined his commitment to workers' welfare in Lagos. Now, he spoke at this year's Workers' Day celebration, just as he pledged his support for women empowerment and poverty alleviation in what appears to be a very busy week for Lagos ministries. I'm Ivy Khan. Welcome to Inside Lagos.
Ẹni tí ò dé kó ìrìn ẹkù kan. Àwa ni center of excellence. Ẹni ò dé kó ìrìn ẹkù kan. Àwa ni center of excellence. Mo ní pé bó o bá dé kó ìrìn ẹkù kan. Àwa ni center of excellence. Àwọn òyìnbó débẹ̀ wọ́n rí tá a jẹ́ ṣe. Àwa ni center of excellence. Haúsá débẹ̀ wọ́n rí tá a jẹ́ ṣe. Àwa ni center of excellence. Àwọn Ìgbò débẹ̀ wọ́n rí tá a jẹ́ ṣe. Àwa ni center of excellence. Gbogbo Yorùbá débẹ̀ wọ́n rí tí wọ́n mú lọ. Àwa ni center of excellence. Ẹni òde kó ìrìn ẹkù kan. Èkó ò ní bàjẹ́ lórí àwa. Àwa ni center of excellence. Ọ̀pọ̀ ò bá dé kó ìrìn ẹkù.
Thousands of workers from different unions in Lagos State gathered at Mobolaji Johnson Arena, Onikon, Lagos Island, venue of the 2025 May Day celebration. Workers in Lagos rolled out drums to mark the day. May 1st is a day set aside to celebrate workers across the world for their contributions to nation building. This day is also dedicated to x-raying their welfare vis-a-vis the economic reality in the country. With the theme reclaiming the civic space in the midst of economic hardship, Chairman Trade Union Congress, Lagos State Council, says the day is not just a ritual but a reminder of the journey, pain and triumph of Nigerian workers.
Permit me to also pay homage to the sacrifices of the heroes past, those valiant comrades whose sweat, voices and lives shaped the landscape of labor rights in Nigeria. We would like to thank Mr. Governor for the last minimum wage, the announcement of it 5,000 naira as minimum wage in Lagos State, and the consequential adjustment that was done. We appreciate the effort of the state at caring for the workers of Lagos and looking after the welfare of the people that are the wheels of progress of the state. On infrastructure, we commend the state government for its visible strides in infrastructure, especially the completion of the red and blue rail lines. These initiatives are slowly sticking together the fragmented spaces of our great state, easing the burden of transportation for workers and everyday citizens. But we must go further. We call for a comprehensive rail network that connects all Ibile divisions, Ikorodu, Badagry, Ikeja, Lagos Island, and Ekpe. A fully integrated system will empower commerce, reduce travel time, and improve the quality of life for our people.
In his speech, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu reaffirmed the state's commitment to their well-being, stressing that his government appreciates their invaluable contributions, resilience, dedication, and enduring spirit.
There is need for us to be happy in Lagos. There is need for us to be joyous. Because when we came last year, we made a lot of promises. We said to you that Lagos State will continue to take the lead in the public service of Nigeria. We are happy to come back and report that all throughout the negotiation that led to minimum wage, Lagos kept the promise and were the largest and were the highest paying up until today.
Let me seize this occasion to express our profound appreciation to all the guests who have added colors to this event with their esteemed presence. We thank our fellow comrades for this turnout, your cooperation, commitment, dedication, loyalty, and support for the leadership of NLC in Lagos State. Indeed, together we will get there and continue to move the council forward. Sanwo-Olu o, Sanwo-Olu o, iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ṣì ń tẹ́ wa lọ́rùn, iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ṣì ń tẹ́ wa lọ́rùn, Sanwo-Olu o.
As the most labor-friendly state in the Federation, at the passing of the minimum wage into law by the federal government, the Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu dusted his books and announced 85,000 naira as its minimum wage, the highest in the Federation, with a consequential adjustment towing the same range, making Lagos the highest wage-paying state in the Federation.
I wish to commend His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Lagos State, the performing Governor of Lagos State, Governor Sanwo-Olu, for his leadership role and workers-friendly posture. He is indeed a trailblazer and a workaholic governor. We pray that God will continue to energize him as he presides over the most populous states in Nigeria.
This administration has painstakingly taken steps to ameliorate the ongoing hardship currently faced by public servants. In the public service, the new minimum wage of 85,000 has been implemented effectively since July 2024, with all arrears fully paid. Implementation of 25% basic salary incentives for core establishment agencies. Harmonization and financial dates of officers who earn their promotion on the 1st of January. Officers who fall into this category have been receiving their salaries effective February 2025. This is a record, and kudos to the Civil Service Commission for this feat. Implementation of the 40% rebate on statutory fees payable to Lagos State government by public servants on application for physical planning permits, allocation of government housing estates, and land allocation in Lagos State government schemes. Renovation of staff quarters to create a more conducive living environment. About 100 new housing units are currently in the pipeline through the Ministry of Housing to be added to the existing stock of over approximately 1,000, a move that will also benefit the Staff Housing Board.
The governor appealed to the workers to continue to see themselves as partners in progress, as his administration would continue to make their welfare a priority.
If you reach Lagos, better life for Lagos, better hope for Lagos, so better day for Lagos, reach Lagos, better life for Lagos, better hope for Lagos, better day for Lagos, better Lagos, you want to speak Lagos, you want to better Lagos, you want to speak Lagos,
The Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, Mr. Okpe George, and his team came to the briefing armed with statistics. His figures include the fact that over 18 million Lagosians have benefited from 130 billion naira.
Year on year, we've seen a growth increase in our budget size, and we've seen that we need to be able to ensure we continuously, for a state like Lagos, push the envelope to ensure that we can also work a lot harder, a lot smarter to give our citizens a lot more for what they deserve. So the state has sustained its record of timely budget passage. We've improved our revenue performance. We had a projected revenue rising from about 2.08 trillion in 2024. We're targeting 2.968 in 2025. Budget performance for last year was closed at 87% for 2024, and I think that reflects a disciplined execution and the way we've run our budget so far. Every year before the budget process is undertaken, we have a consultative forums where we go around all the various divisions of the state, the billion divisions of the state. We speak to our people, we hear from them what they'd like to see in their coming budget, and we then go back and incorporate that. And we found that year on year, when we go back, we're held accountable, because we go, the next year we go, they ask us and say, what has happened to so this numerous projects which we've listed, and we can give an account of what has happened. And it's the same process that would happen again this year. So citizens are very, very involved in our budget process across all the various 5 divisions.
And when it was time for Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment, the commissioner said the Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration have measures in place to tackle unemployment. Some of such measures, he said, were creation of 5 job centers, training of 1,500 youths in ICT, also ensuring people with disabilities are not left out.
Achievement of the department. 1. Entrepreneurship training for people with disabilities in a bid to complement the vision of the Lagos State in the area of policies and programs in line with Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu's administration. The Team Plus agenda that will directly impact the lives of people with disability. The ministry organized a 5-week entrepreneurial skills training for people with disabilities. The program was aimed at equipping participants with the knowledge and skills needed to succeed as entrepreneurs. And upon completion, each participant received a startup pack to kickstart their businesses. Unemployed graduates were empowered with employability skills, ranging from creative thinking, problem solving, and decision making. Written and oral communication, teamwork, interpersonal skills, emotional intelligence to personal effectiveness, and professional ethics for a period of 3 weeks. The initiative is aimed to provide graduates with practical work skills in addition to educational qualifications required for employability. During the 3 weeks of intensive training, a stipend of 30,000 was paid to graduates as support aid for transportation allowances and the purchase of data for both virtual and physical sessions.
More ministries are expected to present their achievements.
iṣẹ́ wa bẹ́ orí iṣẹ́ wa ẹ̀rù gbòòrò ìgbòòrò ní ẹ̀wọ̀ ṣẹ́ẹ̀rì iṣẹ́ wa.
1,750 Lagosians have been empowered by the Governor Sanwo-Olu-led administration in Lagos.
You're welcome, sir.
This is happening under the Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation as part of the State Microenterprise Support Initiative. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, during the presentation at Alausa Ikeja, revealed that over the past 6 years, the state has invested nearly 10 billion in similar initiatives.
You are part of the ecosystem that is called the Lagos economy. You don't have to come to Alausa to be part of that. All you need to do, and which you need to tell the others, is to ensure that when the next set of training starts, make yourself available. Reach out to any of our skills development centers. And once the training starts, dedicate yourself. If it is 6 months, if it is 9 months, if it's what, make sure that you take it very serious. Because at the end of it, government will come to support you. And they give you the needed capital, the needed skill, the needed equipment to be able to unlock your potential and to be able to stand as an individual with dignity. With dignity. To say that today I'm a fashion designer, I'm a caterer, I'm a sewing mistress, I'm a carpenter, I'm a barber. With dignity of labor, you can raise your hand up and know that you are not begging from anyone. You are using your hand, the skills you have learned, the trade you have learned with your hand. You are feeding yourself. And by extension, you'll be feeding your family.
The beneficiaries underwent training in various trades at 19 skill acquisition centers across the 5 Ibile divisions.
This program continues to transform lives, foster entrepreneurship, and strengthen the social fabric of our communities. Since its inception, this initiative has directly empowered thousands of indigent Lagosians and graduates of our skills acquisition centers by providing equipment, training, and startup capitals. These success stories speak to the power of targeted empowerment and to this administration's unwavering commitment to inclusive economic growth. Under this administration's Teams Plus agenda, Lagos State government has redoubled its focus on social inclusion and economic self-reliance. Our ministry's role has been to translate the vision into concrete programs, ensuring that when the state government speaks of leaving no one behind, it means exactly that.
It is of note that countless individuals have benefited from the program, and they have turned their passion into successful businesses that sustain their families. However, we are not just here to celebrate her success. We are also here to acknowledge and challenges that we still lie ahead. We recognize that there is still much work to be done to address this system inequality and barrier that prevent many individuals from accessing economic opportunities.
This had really helped me in my business. It improved my productivities, even cost effective. And presently, I want to boldly say that this also helped me in delivery on time. So presently, I want to tell you that I have 2 workers working with me, and this made me to be an employer of labor, and I'm still striving to do more. To the governor, sir, and Mas, I want to thank you for the work you are doing, and I want to say, please, do more so that this can reach every homes in Lagos State.
Items shared to the beneficiaries are sewing machines, hairdressing kits, grinding machines, fish processing machines, stoning machines, and catering equipment. Also, another 100,000 naira was given to some as cash grant to boost their small businesses.
Only pure water ni mama nta, so owó làwọn fẹ́, so owó yìí wọ́n á tún fi ra pure water sí ní tó ti ń ta ẹ ṣe.
Ṣẹ́gun.
Alápàtà lòun àbí butcher ẹlẹ́ran ni owó ló nídìí láti fi ra àwọn ìtàn màálù díẹ̀díẹ̀ sí, so àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́.
POS Azizat Ọpẹ́yẹmí Ajíbádé. Next is Hamzat Ọpẹ́yẹmí Rukayat Aluminium. Otítọ́jú Gabriel Ọlámilékan. Agric items should be using it for tapioca. Tóyìn Banjo. Next we have sewing machine. Oni Olúbùnmi.
APC ilé ìwé ọ̀fẹ́ Sanwó-Olú ló lè wá wá Sanwó-Olú ló lè wá wá.
Oríṣẹ́ wa ẹ̀rù polówó ìgboro ní ẹ̀wọ̀ ṣẹ́ẹ̀rì.
Sanwó-Olú lélẹ̀ ìtẹ̀síwájú lélẹ̀ ìjọmọ̀ àti lélẹ̀ Sanwó-Olú lélẹ̀ yá. Ó kíra fún Sanwó-Olú àti dẹ́kùtì wa.
The ECOWAS Court of Justice, through a 2005 supplementary protocol, expanded its mandate to allow citizens of the region direct access in respect of some cases such as reliefs for violations of human rights abuses.
So no nation will submit the totality of its own sovereignty to another nation or any other composition. So naturally, it now borders on diplomacy and the understanding of the nation states that formed ECOWAS, and then their willingness to propagate the essence of ECOWAS.
This sensitization program draws the ECOWAS court's top brass and various stakeholders, such as arms of government in Nigeria, the body of lawyers, law enforcement agencies, schools of law, and activists.
Through sustained dialogue and mutual respect, we can define and respect jurisdictional boundaries, encourage the appropriate referral of matters involving community law, and give full effect to the judgments of the ECOWAS courts.
We also urge that the court decisions, both national and international, be enforced in a timely and effective manner. The rule of law cannot thrive if the voice of the court is not heard or simply ignored.
The 9-day outreach seeks to restore hope, build bridges, and serve justice where it's most needed, at the grassroots.
Only by coming together and dedicating and rededicating ourselves to the rule of law can we truly build a peaceful, thriving, and inclusive West African community where everyone's rights are safeguarded and the opportunities are plentiful.
That while the court provides a regional avenue for redress, it may be important in many instances that domestic remedies be reasonably exploited, except where such remedies are ineffective or unavailable.
The program continues till May 16 with public engagements, legal education activities, and external court sessions that will make justice a reality for everyone.
Lagos State continues its organic growth across all sectors. This is where we draw the curtain on this week's edition of Inside Lagos. I'm Ivy.
What
are we looking at?
Thank you guys for joining us on this unforgettable night.
Everything is fine. Paw Patrol is on a roll.
It's Max Verstappen in the lead. The megastar is here.
Absolutely sensational. Let's go!
What are you guys doing to us?
Get unbelievable entertainment that is unbelievably easy to own. Get and stay connected to DSTV.
With Glovo, you've got the city at your fingertips. Hanging out with friends and craving fried chicken or smoky jollof with fried plantain? Order on Glovo and receive it in minutes. Running low on toiletries? Don't panic, Glovo's got you. Order on Glovo and receive it in minutes. Family time deserves quality food, so treat them to a sweet surprise. Yummy. Track the rider in real time as your order makes its way to you. Download Glovo, order anything you want and receive it in minutes.
The following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV.
Do you love the taste of fried food, but you know it's packed with extra calories and unhealthy fats? Spending hours in the kitchen only to end up with burnt or undercooked meals? Feeling frustrated and greasy? Introducing the CookX 10-in-1 Air Fryer Oven. A powerful 12-liter oven that provides 75% more cooking space than the traditional air fryers. Stay tuned to learn about the amazing free bonus items included with the CookX Air Fryer Oven. Say goodbye to greasy, unhealthy food and hello to nutritious, delicious meals. The CookX Air Fryer Oven is a 12-liter powerhouse that can fit a whole chicken and feed the entire family. Using hot air circulation, it cooks food to crispy perfection with up to 80% less fat than traditional fryers, requiring little to no oil. Fry food using superheated air, giving you that irresistible crispy texture without the excess fat and calories. The CookX Air Fryer Oven replaces a deep fryer, a rotisserie oven, a dehydrator, a conventional oven, a toaster oven, a pizza grill, a microwave. It's a chef-quality, all-in-one kitchen machine, featuring a state-of-art touchscreen with 10 preset functions.
I am happy, my husband is happy, and of course I have a happy home. From my grilling on check, to my frying on check, to my baking on check.
This CookX Air Fryer Oven is the bomb. It is super fast, small time, everything all set.
The CookX Air Fryer Oven is now available exclusively on ShopX TV. For a limited time, we're offering an exclusive flash sale with up to 40% off. Call now and get the CookX Air Fryer Oven 179,950,000 Naira only. The CookX Air Fryer Oven comes with a drip tray and a grill tray. But wait, there's more. Order now and receive 4 free bonus items valued at 150,000 Naira. Bonus 1. Extra large rotating stainless mesh basket, stainless steel rotisserie fork, stainless steel food handle, premium knife set for all your cutting and slicing needs. Absolutely free. Call the number on your screen now or scan the QR code to order the CookX Air Fryer Oven. We'll also deliver the CookX Air Fryer Oven to your door for free. But hurry up! This exclusive ShopX TV offer is available for a limited time only.
The proceeding is a paid presentation by ShopX TV.
Meet Benga Oreshegun, a fearless voice and an advocate for the truth. He's bringing fresh energy and bold insights to journalists' Hangout.
Get ready for deeper analysis and dynamic perspectives. Join me and Babajide Kolade Otitoju with other veteran journalists on Journalists Hangout. Weekdays from 5 p.m. and on Sundays 1:30 p.m.
Road construction to infrastructure, health and human development, we take you on a journey around the 21 local government areas of Kogi State on Confluence States Today. Kogi State is moving forward. Our people are enjoying the true dividends of democracy. Confluence States Today, showing on TVC News at this time.
Sometimes it's the story that calls. At other times, the people just want to be heard.
I need students, but I need teacher.
Can't continue like this. Their voices re-echoing through time itself.
We haven't done anything. If the tide is high, everybody run for safety.
Their tears leave a sweet sour taste for all. Their demands, a familiar call beckoning for change. In our world, no one expects a disaster to happen. But when it does, we'll be there to x-ray all sides, from the east to the west, north and south. Community Forum will examine the oddities and challenges to economic development, as well as issues yearning for government intervention. Watch fresh episodes of Community Forum on Sundays by 9:30 p.m. only on TVC News.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
And thank you for joining us on the news at 4. I'm Olamide Adeyemi. The Upper Legislative Chamber has set up a 20-member committee to oversee governance in Rivers State, especially supervise the actions of the state's sole administrator. The committee will be led by the leader of the Senate, Senator Kwemi Bamidele, with Senator Rufai Hanga serving as the deputy and Charles Mallory as the secretary. Other members include Senators Ibrahim Lamido, Adamu Aliero, Osita Izunasu, Osita Ungu, among others. Now, this comes amid growing concerns over the process of the state of emergency imposed in Rivers State and growing criticism of the appointment of a sole administrator to oversee the affairs of the state. The Senate says it is determined to maintain oversight and ensure accountability. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives has also constituted its own committee to carry out similar oversight in the state, signaling a coordinated legislative response to the unfolding situation in Rivers State. And in the House of Representatives, 6 members of the People's Democratic Party from Delta State have defected to the All Progressives Congress, while 2 Labour Party lawmakers crossed over to the People's Democratic Party in Enugu State. The defectors from the PDP to the APC include Victor Nwokolo, Julius Ponde, Thomas Areditomi, Nicholas Mutu, Okodiko Jonathan, and Nnamdi Ezechi. And also Mark Berta and Dennis Akpo, both from Enugu State and Labour Party, defected to the PDP. The defections were announced in letters addressed to the House and read by the Speaker Hebas Tajudeen upon resumption of plenary after a 5-week-long holiday. The lawmakers cited internal crisis within their former parties and a stronger alignment with the political ideologies and direction of their new platforms as reason for their decisions. And staying with political matters, the former president of the Senate, Pius Ayim, has encouraged people of the Southeast to mobilize support for the ruling All Progressives Congress as the veritable platform to link the region to the center. He made the appeal at the Median Nigerian Lawmakers Conference held in Enugu State. Mr. Ayim solicits the cooperation of people from the zone to make the All Progressives Congress as the rallying point for the zone, asking them to intensify their campaign to deepen the party's accessibility in the region. The host governor, Peter Ombah, commended the initiative and also promised to partner with the body with the aim to strengthen the country's democratic system.
This meeting should serve as a call for action for all of us in the Southeast. We must work. We must work. We must work. We must come together. We must advance the cause of democracy and the cause of our people in Nigeria.
Mr. President, honorable colleagues, for making time out of your overcrowded schedule in order to answer this clearer call to action, which we hope will help in no small measure in shaping our collective destiny as people and ensuring national progress and advancement.
I also owe a debt of gratitude to the membership of this forum for your tireless service to our dear country, to our states, and to our local governments. We can only leverage from this wealth of experience.
And also in the region, the former Minister of State for Science and Technology, Henry Iko, has assured Abia State residents that all landowners affected by the proposed airport projects will receive fair and adequate compensation under the administration of President Bola Tinubu. Mr. Iko gave the assurance while speaking with journalists at an event in Abia State. He emphasized that the Tinubu-led government is not only committed to equitable treatment of citizens, but also to infrastructural transformation of the Southeast region. The APC chieftain commended the president for approving the airport project, describing it as a major economic enabler that will attract investment, enhance the ease of doing business, and also stimulate growth in Abia State and the entire Southeast region.
This community is the host community of the cargo airport coming to Abia State. I want to use this opportunity also to thank Mr. President for deeming it fit to cite this project, International Cargo Airport in Abia State, particularly in this community. I want to also advise that as part of this community, I know everything about compensation. The federal government will ensure that everybody have their.
To security matters, police in Jigawa State have confirmed the arrest of a 20-year-old Mohammed Salisu for allegedly killing his father with a machete. The police say the suspect attacked his own father, Salisu Abubakar, at their home in Baki Kasuwa Sarak, district of Gwaram local government area, following a disagreement over money. Police spokesperson in Jigawa State, SP Lawan Adam, said the case has been transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department in Dutse for further investigation. Neighbors and family members say the suspect had asked his father for money, and when he refused, an argument broke out, resulting in his death.
When we received the information, the divisional police officer of Sara Division quickly mobilized his men and rushed to the scene, whereby on their arrival, the body was evacuated to FMC Brununkudu, that is Federal Medical Center Brununkudu, for medical attention. But unfortunately, the doctor confirmed he's dead. So fortunately enough, we got the suspect arrested and the exhibit. And the Commissioner of Police, Jigawa State Police Command, CP A.T. Abdullah PSC, directed that this nature of case should be treated at State CID Dutse. So he gave directive to DPO to transfer the case to CID for discreet investigation. So now the investigation is ongoing.
But that's it on TVC News at 4. For more updates on the stories we're monitoring, you can visit our website on www.tvcnews.tv. You can also follow us on our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, and on X at TVC News NG, and YouTube. We are live at TVC News Nigeria. Thanks for watching.
The Inspector General of Police has met with senior officers to review the state of security.
We are continuing our coverage of the arrest of Godwin Emefiele.
The Senate has summoned the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria to properly brief the Senate regarding the state of the economy.
What I will never take.
Let's now bring you more development from Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, where an explosion has taken place. Tell us about this incident.
TVC News, first with breaking news.
When malaria knocks you down, you can be sure parasites are having a party in your system.
Welcome to our new kingdom, guys!
Comel, an effective weapon against malaria.
Comel!
Attacking the parasite army directly to give you express relief and get you back on your feet effectively. Comel on. Malaria gone.
Imagine lovely meals you can cook with these ingredients. You spend heavily, but no guarantee of a tasty meal. Not making a right choice of seasoning cube can ruin your meal, money, and confidence. For a tasty meal, do not compromise. Choose Gold.
Use Terra Gold for the rich, consistent taste your loved ones crave for. Good for soups, stews, and jollof. Terra Gold. 1 cube, endless possibilities.
Guys, food is ready.
Suitable for jollof rice, stew, spaghetti, and yam porridge. Cook to impress.
Muhammad Ali was born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky on January 17, 1942. His birth name was Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr.
He began training as an amateur boxer at age 12, and at 18 he won a gold medal in the light heavyweight division at the 1960 Summer Olympics and turned professional later that year. In his early years as a professional, Clay was more highly regarded for his charm and personality than for his ring skills. He sought to raise public interest in his fights by reading childlike poetry and spouting self-descriptive phrases like float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. On February 25, 1964, at age 22, he pulled off a major upset, defeating Sonny Liston to win the World Heavyweight Championship. That same year, he shocked the boxing establishment again by denouncing his birth name as a slave name and formally took the name Muhammad Ali, which was given to him by his spiritual mentor Elijah Muhammad, leader of the Nation of Islam. For the next 3 years, Ali dominated the boxing arena. Then, on April 28, 1967, citing his religious beliefs, Ali refused induction into the U.S. Army at the height of the Vietnam War. Ali was stripped of his championship and precluded from fighting by every state athletic commission in the United States for 3.5 years. Ali's message of black pride and black resistance to white domination was on the cutting edge of the civil rights movement. In October 1970, Ali was allowed to return to boxing, but his skills had eroded. On March 8, 1971, he challenged Joe Frazier, who had become heavyweight champion during Ali's absence from the ring. It was a fight of historic proportions, billed as the fight of the century. Frazier won a unanimous 15-round decision. Following his loss to Frazier, Ali won 10 fights in a row, 8 of them against world-class opponents. After defeating Norton in a rematch, he fought Joe Frazier a second time and won a unanimous 12-round decision. Ali was the first fighter to win the World Heavyweight Championship on 3 separate occasions. He successfully defended his title 19 times. His place in boxing history as one of the greatest fighters ever is secure. His final record of 56 wins and 5 losses with 37 knockouts has been matched by others, but the quality of his opponents and the manner in which he dominated during his prime placed him on a plateau with boxing's immortals. Outside boxing, Ali attained success as a spoken word artist, releasing 2 studio albums, I Am the Greatest 1963 and The Adventures of Ali and His Gang vs. Mr. Tooth Decay 1976. Both albums received Grammy Award nominations. He also featured as an actor and writer, releasing 2 autobiographies. Muhammad Ali retired from boxing in 1981 and focused on his religion, philanthropy, and activism. In 1984, he made public his diagnosis of Parkinson's syndrome, which some reports attributed to boxing-related injuries, though he and his specialist physicians disputed this. He remained an active public figure globally, but in his later years made fewer public appearances as his condition worsened, and he was cared for by his family. Ali was chosen to light the Olympic flame at the start of the 1996 Olympic Games in Atlanta, Georgia. He died on June 3, 2016.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Trade, security, revenue. How does the Nigeria Customs Service balance it all? Find out every Tuesday in the evening on Customs Duty, your ultimate guide to customs operations, trade facilitation, and national security. Join us as we break down customs policies, answer your questions, and bring you exclusive insights on customs operations. Stay informed, stay ahead. Customs Duty, every Tuesday at 6:30 in the evening, only on TVC.
TVC Sport Desk.
good news for French fans. Ironically, a scary one for Arsenal fans, as PSG forward Ousmane Dembele has been deemed fit to play for his club side in Wednesday's UEFA Champions League semi-final second leg against Arsenal after recovering from hamstring injury. Now, the French striker was considered a doubt after coming off in the second half of last week's reverse fixture. He has scored 33 goals in all competitions, and what this means is that he's definitely one to consider, considering he scored the only goal in last week's clash. Definitely worrisome times for Arsenal's defense, you want to say. Welcome, folks. It is yet another pleasant evening right here, and the show is TVC Sports Desk. I'm Samson Olede. Coming up on the show this evening, Inter Milan and Barcelona clash in the high-stake UEFA Champions League second leg encounter at the San Siro with the tie delicately poised. In tennis, world number one Yannick Sinner trains ahead of his return to the tour at the Italian Open following a 3-month doping ban. And in the world of basketball, Nikola Jokic scores 42 points as Denver Nuggets edge Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 1 of the Western Conference Playoff Semifinals. These and much more make up the show this evening.
TVC Sport Desk.
Welcome once again to a Tuesday edition of the show. Let's begin the show now from the world of football. We had Monday Night Football in England, Spain and Italy last night. In the Premier League, it was Nottingham Forest playing out a 1-1 draw against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. You talk about Champions League football for next season, definitely 2 points dropped for Nottingham Forest right there. You had Eberichi Eze opening the scoring from the penalty spot before Neco Williams' powerful strike was deflected past Dean Anderson by Morello to gift Nottingham Forest the equalizer. What it means is that with that draw, Forest are still 6th on the standings, 2 points behind Newcastle United and Chelsea in 4th and 5th places respectively, with 3 games remaining. Meanwhile, in Spain, Girona ended an 11-match winless streak to lift themselves 6 points clear of relegation as a solitary Christian Stuani goal was enough to earn the Catalan outfit a huge 1-0 win over Mallorca. While in Italy, Giants, or sleeping Giants you want to call them, AC Milan had to come from behind to beat Genoa by 2-1. And for Milan, they've taken 19 points from losing positions in the Italian Serie A this season, more than any other team in the competition. Here are some of the best goals scored on Monday Night Football.
Sanders, second half of the season has been very disappointing for them. Ball's for and loose here. Here's Stuani! 1-0 to Girona. In their hour of need, Christian Stuani pops up with another goal. As he did. Back to Samokosh, to his Dada. Dada's already had 1 strike, and he puts the goalkeeper to the test with another. Gazzaniga gets a solid hand onto the ball, diving to his left. Another mistake from Mojica. Zigankov. And now Martinez, it's a scramble inside the 6-yard box.
TVC Sport Desk.
The very best of Monday Night Football right there, from Spain to England to the Italian Serie A. But the big one definitely has to be in the world of the Premier League, because it is more consequential. It is the race for UEFA Champions League football for next season. Busola Akinyemi is a football intermediary based in London and joins the show this evening. Busola, good evening. It's good to have you on the show.
How are you, Samson?
I'm all right. Thank you so much. Now, let's get into it as quickly as we can. Nottingham Forest against Crystal Palace. When you consider the form of Crystal Palace and considering it's at Selhurst Park, you would say probably a point gained for Nottingham Forest on the balance of play. But for the quest of European football next season, UEFA Champions League football, to be precise, is 2 points dropped. How do you think Nottingham Forest are taking this result, and how does this affect the chances of making it through to UEFA Champions League football for next season?
I would say Nottingham Forest, they didn't really play very well yesterday, although going to Selhurst Park is always a difficult game, either way. They knew they had to win to get closer to making that Champions League spot. But to be honest, it's a really, really difficult times for Nottingham Forest. They've not been having good results of late. They've been drawing, they've been losing. And these are the crucial moments. And if you recall, they're still going to play Chelsea as well. So I think a points gain yesterday was actually a good one for them, because they would have lost that game. They were really, really lucky. Crystal Palace played very, very well. They showed why they are FA Cup finalists, and they showed why they're a very top team also in England. I think it's going to be a close call, and it's going to probably get to the end of the Premier League to know the fourth and fifth team that will qualify. I'll probably say of course, Liverpool, Arsenal, mathematically they've qualified. Then maybe City, and we'll see who would take the remaining two spots, the fourth and the fifth.
Okay, can you be entirely sure about Manchester City? We know quite well that it's not been, a rosy run for them as well over the last few weeks. Over the weekend, you had a 1-0 win against Wolverhampton Wanderers, a struggle, you want to call that, for City as well. And when you consider the fact that the point gap between City in third place and Aston Villa, for example, in seventh, is just about 3 points. It's all to play for. So it looks more like the third, fourth, and fifth positions are still up for grab, as it were.
Why I would say City is almost there, it's just because of the fixtures. And when you look...
Talking about the biggest, for Nottingham Forest, the biggest prize will be the UEFA Champions League qualification for next season, considering the Cinderella season they've had in terms of how well they fared. The question is, if they fail to make Champions League football for next season and make the Europa League, would you still consider this a very successful season for Nottingham Forest?
Yes, because last season they were struggling to stay in the league, and they actively want to see what they can do in the Champions League if they qualify. But unfortunately, the result has not gone their way, but hopefully with the next 3 games.
At the end of the season, talking about the race for Champions League football in England, Busola Akinyemi is still very much on the show with us. We'll take a breather right about now, pay some bills, and when we return, it will be all about the big one, the UEFA Champions League.
TVC Sport Desk.
TerraCube is available in beef, chicken, jollof, and shrimp flavors at attractive prices of 50, 100, 200, and 500 naira.
TerraCube. Unwrap joy. Unleash taste.
No buy am. But why? No see say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big bull holographic seal. Not true.
Introducing the Big Bull Holographic Seal Tape, your favorite authentic Big Bull rice, 50 kg and 25 kg. Now with holographic seal tape. This is to ensure you get the premium product from Big Bull Rice. Do not buy if the holographic seal tape is not on the bag or is broken. Big Bull Rice. Tasty rice nourished you.
The world needs mums. With a splash of golden Terra oil, a mom can transform a frown into a smile. Change no thanks into yes please. Resolve family feuds without blowing a whistle. Providing tasty family meals is all that matters. Where there are moms, there is love. Golden Terra oil for pure love.
TVC Sport Desk.
Europe's Premier Club competition for the big boys definitely makes a return on Tuesday night with a semi-final second leg clash between Inter Milan and Barcelona at the San Siro in Milan, Italy. Now, both teams clashed once again following the classic 6-goal stalemate in the first leg last week. They will leave it all on the line as they jostle for a ticket to the final of the competition. And here's a preview of the match. The much anticipated second legs of the UEFA Champions League semi-finals kicks off on Tuesday as Inter Milan and Barcelona once again go to war. Both teams served up a classic UEFA Champions League semi-final that ended in a 6-goal stalemate.
Pedri.
Pedri, le centre vers Rafinha, la remise, superbe, fabuleuse.
Ahead of Tuesday's reverse fixture, both teams are dealing with injury woes, as Inter Milan are set to be without influential captain Lautaro Martinez, while Benjamin Pavard is set to return to the side.
Everything goes in on the right way, and he's good, much better than we expect, and he's ready for the bench. So it's when we need him, maybe he can come in. So it's like that. They're a strong team, very experienced team, but also they love to play football. How the automatism they have, it's really tough to defend, and for us tomorrow will be. Everyone has to be included in the defense, and this is the most important thing, what we have to do.
The Spanish Giants will come into the clash as favourites owing to their superior head-to-head record over Inter Milan, as well as their form coming into this contest. With the prize ticket to the Allianz Arena, venue for this season's final, on the line, both teams are expected to churn out another classic. Delightful football is what fans expect later tonight at the San Siro, where it's all about Inter Milan and Barcelona. The ticket is on the line. It's make or mar. The tie is delicately poised at this point in time. And whoever wins it, be it on the lottery of penalties, would get that ticket to the Allianz Arena, which is the home of Bayern Munich, where the final of the UEFA Champions League will be taking place this season. We have Italian journalist Giuseppe Annaruma joining the show from Milan, where we watch the match at the San Siro. We also have Busola Akinyemi still very much on the show as well. Let me start with my Italian friend here, Giuseppe, because I know the whole of Italy is really rallying behind Inter Milan to get the job done, maybe aside their city rivals AC Milan. Let's talk about Inter Milan. What's the atmosphere like in Milan, and what do you think, the preparations have been thus far for Simeone Inzaghi and his men?
Hi everyone. First of all, yeah, there's a lot of enthusiasm here in Milan, because obviously this could be the night of the season for Inter Milan, because this year they really focused on the UEFA Champions League, and they really believe they could win the Champions League this season. And obviously they have strength from the 2 years ago UEFA Champions League, when they reached the final against Manchester City. And after that, I think Inter Milan developed a great mentality, European mentality with this team, with Simone Inzaghi. And this year, they really believed, as I said before, they could win the Champions League. So the atmosphere is fantastic. The fans believed too. So I think there will be a great atmosphere also in the stadium. Also considering the first game in Barcelona, because it's not something that every team could do, score 3 goals in Barcelona home. And obviously the match will be open, because we know Barcelona is a very great team, and that's Lamine Yamal, that probably in this moment is the best player in the world, or in Europe at least. And that's why I think it will be a great match with a great atmosphere.
Interesting take right there from Giuseppe. Let me get Busola's thoughts on Lamine Yamal, and that's because Giuseppe just mentioned Lamine Yamal as probably the best player in Europe or the world as a whole. You look at Lamine Yamal at 17, we've seen several debates across social media about his heroics and what he has been able to achieve at age 17 as against the other greats like Messi, Ronaldo, Pele, Maradona, and the comparisons are clear that they've not been able to do what he has been able to do. So, Busola, let me get your thoughts. The Lamine Yamal equation is one puzzle that Inter Milan, Simeone Inzaghi, and the players need to solve. It's not a question about if he gets the ball. It's always about what he's able to do on the ball. And we know how much he can do on the ball. So the question is, how do you think Inter Milan should solve the Lamine Yamal puzzle?
Thank you very much for the question. I actually had it in my notes regarding stopping Lamine Yamal because I believe he owes a key to whoever wins the game tonight. And I was a bit embarrassed with what he did to DeMarco last week. because Di Marco was a player I respect so much as an Italian international, a player that knows how to play that position, that left back position, and I was surprised the way Lamine Yamal turned him to a schoolboy last week. I hope he doesn't do the same tonight because I'll be more embarrassed if he does the same tonight. So I think the major thing is they need to get 3 players on him. They need to stop the ball from going to him, and they need to probably close mark him as well. Because if they close mark him, then he doesn't have. He's got a very good movement in terms of he knows how to twinkle. He knows he's got great upper balance and things like that. So I believe if they can stop the ball from going to him, or if they can put 3 men on him, so the moment he gets the ball, he knows the only thing he could do is just pass back. He can't move. He can't go forward. Then I think that would probably help Inter tonight. Because if Lamine Yamal gets into the game, controls the game, I think Barcelona will carry the day. But it's really, really going to be a very great game tonight. We saw what happened last week. That was one of the greatest games in the UEFA Champions League, 3-3 at Nou Camp. And I'm looking forward to a very good game tonight at San Siro.
Interesting take right there. Giuseppe, let me come to you now. You mentioned Lamine Yamal. Again, that those who would say, how do you mark such a player? Do you double team him or triple team him? And if you do that, that leaves other parts of the field open and vulnerable for attack, as it were. But let's take a look at the form guide of both teams now. And you're looking at Inter Milan. You're a bit worried going into this match. We know that there was that thrilling 6-goal stalemate against Barcelona last week. But they've not won matches in recent times. You look at the form guide and you're asking yourself, what exactly can Simeone Inzaghi do to get the win? They got the win against Hellas Verona, not a very formidable opponent, and it was also a slim win from the spot. So the question is, going by the form guide of both teams, how do you think Inter Milan should adjust tactically to ensure that they get the win later tonight?
I think that more than tactically, in this moment, the problem for Inter Milan is mentally, because obviously, as I said before, they not only believed that they could win the Champions League, but they believed they could win everything this season. And when you are eliminated from the League Cup against Milan, so they enemies, and then Napoli, Napoli go on the top of the league with 3-point advantage. In this moment, there's a lack of strength in the mentality area for Inter Milan. So I think that tactically they really know what to do on the pitch. The Italian game is always about defending, no, and then attack. And I think that in this moment, Inter Milan will do it, and maybe they will try before to stop Lamine Yamal. I don't know if Lewandowski will play, but in case Lewandowski or Ferran Torres and Rafinha, Pedri, and every offensive player of Barcelona, and then to try to give problem to the Barcelona defense, because we saw that Barcelona conceded a lot in this season. They conceded a lot in the first game because, three goals at home is something that is a problem for Barcelona. And that's why I think that in this moment, maybe the atmosphere tonight and the enthusiasm around Inter could do the difference in this moment.
Interesting take. Let me start with you, Giuseppe. You talked about what Inter Milan can do, right? We know quite well that when you take a look at the head-to-head, it definitely favors the Spanish Giants in terms of the wins and the number of goals scored and what have you, as against Inter Milan's, statistics. But we also know that it's a game of 90-plus minutes, as against what, the stats and history books will tell you. For Inter Milan, they've got injury concerns. Lautaro Martinez, Benjamin Pavard is set to make a return, but Lautaro Martinez, the highest goal scorer for the side, influential captain, is doubtful for this one due to a hamstring injury. How does this impact Inter Milan's offensive outlets against Barcelona?
Yeah, I think that in case without Lautaro Martinez, yeah, it could be harder for Inter Milan because obviously Lautaro is the best player in Inter Milan team, and obviously Lautaro Martinez is a player that who knows how to win. He won a World Cup with Argentina. He won a lot with this Argentina team, and obviously he brought that mentality of the Argentina national team in Italy and in Inter Milan. So without him in the pitch tonight, maybe it could be it will be in case harder obviously for Inter, but obviously Simone Inzaghi he prepared the players to rotate, to do a lot of turnover during the season. So I think that in case whatever player will play in that position, Arnautovic or Taremi, in case I think more Taremi than Arnautovic, yeah, will be ready for replacing.
Interesting. Busola, let me get your thoughts before we round up this discussion because I'm sure everyone is just looking forward to the match itself. But Busola, yeah, looking at both teams, Barcelona as well have their own injury concerns. Robert Lewandowski, as Flick confirmed, won't be fit enough to start. Will probably just get the bench and may not even get minutes under his belt. But beyond all of these injury concerns, we also know Koundé will be out of this one defensively for Barcelona. Let's look at what is at stake for both teams, especially in terms of trophies. Barcelona on one hand had gone in for the incredible treble. Inter Milan were about 2 weeks ago gone in for the same thing, but they lost in the Coppa Italia semifinals to arch rivals AC Milan. Now, should any of them lose, especially for Inter Milan, they will be left with the league to battle for, where they are 3 points behind. Should Barcelona lose, it means that they just have a realistic chance of doing the double. How massive is this for both sides, and how do you think the injury concerns will impact the game as well?
I would say Barcelona are actually going for the quadruple because they've won the Super Cup, they've won the Copa del Rey, and now they're trying to win the Champions League and also the Spanish La Liga. I think all in all, it has to be a very, very good game tonight. And to be honest, it's really very difficult to predict who is going to carry the day. But I'd say it's a game that it's going to be won by a very close margin. Probably the game might even go to extra time. With maybe a team scoring and qualifying to the final. But in terms of the injuries, I would say a player like Lautaro Martinez would definitely be missed because we saw what he did for Argentina. We saw his firepower. We saw he's like a motivator for the team. But they've got replacements in Marcos Thuram. They've got replacements in Arnautovic. We saw what Arnautovic has done in the Premier League in the past. So they are always good players. For both teams, even though a player is going to be missed. Lewandowski didn't play the last match, the first leg match, but they were still scoring goals. They still scored 3 goals. It's a team mixed with very, very good players, and they also have good replacement in terms of their substitute bench. I'm thinking what would happen tonight is going to probably be maybe a draw of 90 minutes and then extra time. Then one of the teams would score and go through to the final. But it's going to be a very, very close game, to be honest. And you need to know also, Inter, they've not lost a game in the Champions League. They've won 13, they've drawn 3. So I don't see them losing in 90 minutes tonight as well.
Interesting stats. Again, stats do not play the game. It's all about the action over the course of 90-plus minutes. But let me get your thoughts, gentlemen. We look at both sides, the injury worries, the head-to-head, and all of that. It boils down to 90-plus minutes later tonight from the heroics of last week where we had a 6-goal stalemate. Giuseppe, let me get your prediction for this. I know quite well that Milan is buzzing, the whole of Italy is buzzing, maybe except AC Milan, who wouldn't want their city rivals to get the victory. But what do you think as a result of all we've discussed? How do you think the match pans out?
It's something difficult to predict the match of tonight. Yeah, I think too it will be a very close match, and a match that will be all about details. Details will define the match. I think that the fact that Inter Milan plays in San Siro, I repeat, there in Milan, there's a lot of enthusiasm, and between the streets, from this morning, you can see scarves, black and blue flags. So I think that maybe the stadium, the atmosphere, could be a turning point. But obviously, Barcelona is a great team. So yeah, if I have to bet, I bet for the extra time and for a great match. But at the end, I think that Inter Milan will reach the final.
Interesting take. You took the diplomatic route and finally came to a conclusion right there. Busola, how do you see this panning out, result-wise?
He said it all. I would go for Barcelona. It's going to be a very close game, but I'd say because of the area of stars in Barcelona attack, I'll see Barcelona carrying the day.
Interesting take, gentlemen. Thank you so much for your time on the show this evening.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, let's move away from Champions League football now and tell you the Real Madrid are aiming to complete the signing of Trent Alexander-Arnold before the start of the Club World Cup. Now, the England defender has confirmed he will leave Liverpool when his contract expires later this summer, and the 26-year-old is expected to join the Spanish club as a free agent. Alexander-Arnold's contract with Liverpool expires on June 30th, but the Club World Cup begins 16 days earlier. Real Madrid are understood to have approached Liverpool with an offer of about £1 million to release Alexander-Arnold in time for the fullback to be part of their plans for the FIFA-organized tournament in the United States. You talk about a player who has done it all for Liverpool. He is definitely the man. Now let's come back home and tell you the Ghana's under-20 team known as the Black Satellites secured a 1-0 victory over defending champion Senegal in their second Group C encounter at the 2025 Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations. Now, the win boosts Ghana's chances of advancing to the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, back here at home, Nigeria's Flying Eagles will face Kenya on Wednesday, needing just 1 point to progress and could top the group with a win, provided the other Group C match between Morocco and Tunisia ends in a draw or a Tunisia victory.
Oh, it's for Ibrahim Dieng. Can he get the best of his keeper? It's a pity. The shot goes above and beyond the target. He did so well to tuck himself. Ball searching by Yaya Diem, who gets the best, and maybe second group match. They have 7 wins. Oh, this time they might go into the back of the net. It doesn't. Can it be? And
Soko with a rather nervous clearance, which didn't go that far. And it's also
Interesting one right there, the very best of African football. The semi-finalists from that tournament will represent Africa at the Under-20 World Cup taking place in Chile. Now let's talk grassroots football. Apapa FC are champions of the 2025 edition of the annual Ashiwaju Under-17 Football Championship. Apapa defeated Ifelodun by 6-5 on penalties after regulation time ended goalless in the finals, decided at the Maracana Stadium at Jegunle. Odi Olowo won third place title without kicking a ball as their opponents, Ekpe, failed to show up on time for the encounter. Okpeyemi Odukoya won the highest goal scorers award with 8 goals, while Oyebola Michael won the Golden Glove, and the most valuable player award went to Adamu Kabiru. Now winners got medals, trophies, and cash rewards for their effort.
That our local government is different from other local government. We are champion, Apapa made of football.
We've made it and we become the #1 sports team in the state, clinching the Ashiwaju Under-17 trophy. And to the players, I want to say this is just the starting point. From this team, we will have World Cup players. Apapa, here we come.
We could see a very great future ahead of these tournaments, and the company sponsoring it to achieve the purpose, which is to nurture grassroots talent to a place where they can be able to be proud ambassador of Nigeria and make ends meet for themselves in sport.
It's been a very wonderful and exciting tournament so far. I was privileged to be here at the beginning, and I've followed most of the matches, and I've been impressed by the turnout and then also the skill set being exposed in this tournament.
Grassroots sports development is capable of checking youth restiveness, and it has the potential of creating socialization amongst youth and healthy competition too. And I think it should be encouraged.
And as we hit on the stretch and show, let's now attention now to the sport of tennis. World number one Yannick Sinner makes his return to action at the ATP 1000 Italian Open in Rome this week, as he tries to put a 3-month doping ban in a settlement with the World Anti-Doping Agency in February behind him. During his ban, Sinner stayed with his family in the German-speaking Alto Adige region of northern Italy and also spent time with friends at home in Monaco, participating in other sports such as cycling and then gradually returning to tennis. The Italian Open is the last big clay court tournament before the French Open, the year's second Grand Slam, starts on the 25th of May.
Feels like the first day when you go to school again. It's you never know exactly what to expect. I'm very happy though to be here in Rome. It's a very special place. First of all, for being an Italian, to make a comeback here, it's going to be very special. And everything together, I'm just happy. No, not many expectations at all. We're just trying to get back on court, having a good feel with what's happening on the court and with the crowd all together. So yeah, let's see.
Good to see him back on the court. Now let's now attention to the world of basketball. It's all about the NBA playoffs. Nikola Jokic start for the Denver Nuggets as they edged Western Conference top seed, the Oklahoma City Thunder, by 121 to 119 points in Game 1 of the playoff semifinals, while the Boston Celtics, the defending champions, surprisingly lost at home in overtime to the New York Knicks as well in what was a thrilling clash. We'll leave you with highlights of the Denver Nuggets against the Oklahoma City game, where Nikola Jokic scored 42 points and gathered 22 boards. Until the show makes a return for the midweek edition on Wednesday, I'm Samson Olede. To have a pleasant evening.
Pull-up jump is pure. It's Jalen Williams with a baseline delivery. Very confident that his team was mentally ready. Gordon, the jumper is short. Holmgren couldn't grab it. Murray does. Murray lines it up and cashes in from the outside for three.
In the paint, and I like his activity early.
Denver opens up 4 of 8 from the field. They have a 9-4 lead. Gilgeous-Alexander shows it and scores it. Holmgren drives, knocked away by Porter, turnover. Look who's leading the break. Jokic gets it back from Gordon, puts it up, denied. Holmgren, big time block at the rim. Williams the other way, he's fouled. Gordon, the hard drive. Gilgeous-Alexander gets a piece. Brown is open.
TVC Sport Desk.
It's time for the main event. This is incredible. Russell, he has written it, and the dream lives on. I cannot believe it. They are in such a menacing mood here. Hear the place in all its magnificence.
Stay connected to DSTV this April and May and get all the football finals.
As game of money to secure your seat. I can't wait to see you there. This is your move. Keep growing.
The following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV.
Tired of spending endless hours in the kitchen? Struggling with bulky appliances? Cooking should be a delight, not a chore. Tired of messy cleanups from kitchen tools that never seem to perform as expected? Do you wish there was a single solution to handle all your blending, chopping, and grinding needs? Introducing the Cook X 4-in-1 Blender. The Cook X 4-in-1 Blender for 115,950 Naira. That's a saving of over 100,000 Naira. And remember, you won't just be getting the blender. There is more. Order now and you receive a premium knife set valued at 30,000 Naira. Absolutely free. We'll also deliver the Cook X 4-in-1 Blender to your door for free. But hurry while stocks last.
Preceding is a paid presentation by ShopX TV.
Hello folks, I greet you. Welcome one and all to another program in the series Journalist Hangout. I am Citizen Jones Hussein. Now today on the program, Dangote visits presidential villa, says some major oil marketers and traders are frustrating President Tinubu's reforms. House of Reps committee comments progress on the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project. And later on, we'll share this with you. 56 civil society organizations, CSO, ask Senate President Akpabio to resign amid court verdict on 2029 election fraud. But let me report, I'm hanging out with the one, the only Babajide Kolade Otitoju, team leader. I greet you, BKO.
I greet you, the citizen. I greet you, Nigerians.
Yeah, okay. And BKO, we are joined by the proud Ikorodu boy, Mayor Akikwelu. Mayor, I greet you.
Thank you.
All right.
For having me.
So the team is ready. I hope you are. Okay, let's start from Shomolu. That's somewhere in Lagos here. You know, there appears to be a cold war between the Shomolu local government administration and the Muslim community in the area. The problem stems from what the Muslim community terms a disparity in the distribution of public offices in the local government. Now, the Muslim group points out that they have only one slot and the remaining 9 are Christians in the arrangement. We must emphasize here that all religions are branches of the same tree. Harmony is the name of the game, BKO.
Yes, harmony is the name of the game. First, I have to make the point that it is not with the Shomolu administration that they have issues.
Okay.
They have issues with the way positions have been shared in Shomolu and Bariga.
Okay.
And some of these positions that they are even talking about are even at state level, not just at local government level.
Yeah.
But if you look at what, because I saw the statement that they issued, and I can say, okay, the House of Assembly, Shomolu and Bariga have Orekoya and Akpata for Bariga and Orekoya for Shomolu.
Yeah.
Both of them are Christian. The APC chairman in the Shomolu council area, Olubamedo, is a Christian. Right. The APC chair in Bariga, Majolagbe, is a Christian. The commissioner from Shomolu and Bariga, that's Sheung Oshiemi, is a Christian. The education secretary for Shomolu local government, Martins, is a Christian. The commissioner, Lagos State Civil Service Commission, is a Christian. So when you look at all of those positions,
the distribution,
the only person from that local government who is a Muslim is the current chairman of the local government. That's the Dula, the man we call Dula, whom we have to admit has done a tremendous job in that local government. You need to see some of the structures that he has put on ground. You won't even believe that these projects were initiated and completed by a local government. So they've done, he's done a very good job there. So what they are saying is that, look, there has to be fairness.
Okay.
And Mayor will bear me witness, that area is largely populated by the Jebus.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Shomolu Bariga, I know about that. Yeah.
So, and we all know that the Jebus have a considerably big population in that area. who are Muslim.
Yeah.
So if we do not address the matter of fairness, the sort of thing that happened in the 2023 presidential election in Lagos can happen. People thought it merely happened by accident. No. There were people who felt aggrieved.
Right.
And nobody made efforts to address their grievances. They eventually aligned with people who had made up their minds to vote against Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. After that election, Asiwaju took some steps. He did some rejigging in terms of the strategy, that
aimed at addressing the situation.
Yes, the strategy that was deployed for the governorship election.
Okay.
Some people felt aggrieved. They got people to reach out to them. I know someone, for example, that was Obanikoro that went to talk to him.
Yeah, so?
And they came out. And the result was different. We saw people like the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, people like Tunji Bello, they got them more involved, at least in terms of reaching people. Even agents of the party were not paid on time for that first election. What I'm saying can be, people can fact check me. They didn't pay them on time. But for the second election, the governorship election, those issues were quickly addressed.
Yeah.
And then they even got their money in good time. So we saw changes. And Sanwo-Olu was able to win with an audacious margin. So when people are aggrieved, it has to be addressed. There were many Muslims who were not happy, even in that last election, and they showed their anger. I'm not a politician, but I know some of the problems. And people talk to us, they expect us to at least help amplify those issues. Where people are unfairly treated, they expect us to help them to address some of those issues. Look at, even in terms of people appointed into the Lagos